back to another episode of The Darker the Logic. As always, I'm Emmett, and today I have Dr. B here with me, and I wanted to have a good conversation. I wanted to introduce, some new ideas and whatnot. Just bring on someone a little better equipped than I am. So, with that, Dr. B, would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, hello. I am Dr. B, amongst other names. Some people even call me Von P. So, radio host, WARR.
Okay.
.com, WARR Radio.com. So, you can check that out sometimes. But, yeah, well, it's an honor. To be on your show.
Yeah, well, thank you.
It's been a long time coming, I guess.
Yes.
Here.
For those of you who don't know, of course, this is my mother, but I have been trying to get her on, and as she said, she does have her own radio show, which is highly interesting. Very good people that she has on her show. So once again, WARR.com. Please make sure you check that out, and let's get on with the show.
Radio.com.
It's radio.
WARR Radio.com. Yes.
All right. So first off, I know you have some things that you wanted to talk about. So let's start us off with what you've got in mind.
Well, I'm just concerned about. I think it's according to scriptures. So those of you who don't know, I am also clergy. So. There is a scripture that says something about there's a little organ in your body that is like a flame of fire, and it controls so many other things, and that's the tongue. So I'm concerned about the tongue today in many aspects. First of all, I think America should be charged with murder one for killing truth. That's number one. But then secondly, it's the excessive, nonsensical, downright idiotic use of profanity. And especially the F-bomb, I mean, profanity is nothing new. It's been around ever since. But you may not have noticed I'm a couple of days older than my son over here. So back in the day, people would say, too often, if anyone would come around an adult or around children and they were having potty mouth, then they would stop and say, "Ooh, excuse me," whatever. But I'm just so concerned today because it doesn't happen anymore. And as a matter of fact, I'm concerned that I have seen movies even where they have used children with the potty mouth. I'm just like, how sick is that? So I'm wondering, what are you actually teaching your kids at home if you're running around with a potty mouth like that? And being an educator, we have rules that say potty mouth is not acceptable. You get punished. Right. Now, how do you get punished for using potty mouth at school if that's the way it is everywhere else you go, or certainly it's okay in your home? So prolific, I don't know. But, as a result of that, I don't even like American movies. So I watch very little TV because it's so profanity-laced. I mean, even in stupid points where I'm wondering, are you just devoid of an idea, creativity? You didn't have a real idea for the script? Did you keep putting that in? And everybody, and I guess perhaps because... you figure if the person who is manning supposedly the Oval Office, the person who's supposed to be the president, if that person has no problem with dropping all kinds of whatever all the time and being supported by Christians, some of them, evangelicals, the type, right? So... then people think that that's okay. I'm just like, why? I just don't understand why. I think it is totally, totally tearing at the fabric of our society. And I'm wondering, do we take the time to think about what is going to be the end result of this? It can't be anything good. That's all I'm saying. It can't be anything good. And I don't really I don't support very much of anything that former President George Bush said or did. However, the father, Bush, I will always remember that he said we should be operating or working towards becoming a kinder, gentler nation. Okay, well, you can't do that if every other word coming out of your mouth is a F something or whatever else. It used to be that you use that sugar honey iced tea word. If you don't know, you look that one up.
Okay.
And then if not, every once in a while they would drop a damn. Maybe an ass. But now it's F, F, F-U-F, F, and then F, to the point of absolute stupidity. Sometimes I'm supposedly trying to watch TV, and I just turn it off. I can't handle it. It's like nails on a board. It's like watching a dog vomit or something. It's like, what is that?
Right.
I truly, truly don't get it. And as I said, when you have the president who does it, and then all of his supposed president men, imps, doing the same thing, imitating him, my goodness. So there is a scripture that says, when the blind leads the blind, they both will fall in the ditch. And so they don't mind, I guess, as long as you pay. They're the highest paid liars and potty mouth people.
That part.
In the nation, for sure, and maybe even in many countries. Yeah, so I was doing a little bit of research on that, trying to figure out why in the heck is it. And so they said, people think for some reason or the other that's supposed to be being authentic. I mean, what the freak is authentic mean?
Okay.
If,
Yeah.
What do you think?
Now, for those of you who might not know, but for those of you who do know, what she was talking to is Dana Bash. We were recently watching a reel from Dana Bash where she was talking about this exact issue because I forget what the senator's name is. It's the one who Max Miller's might be I think ex-father-in-law when he was talking to Dr. Fauci. And he was like, who the F do you think you are? And, I understand, okay, first off, let me go ahead and put it out there. I am, as you all know, I'm a sailor. So, in the military, language is second breath. And if you're not used to it, you will get used to it. Like second nature, like every other, like we breathe in and the word comes out. Yes. Now, I do understand your sentiment about this, and listening to what Dana Bash was saying was really interesting. Because she was saying that people find that you're more authentic when you use words like they do. And it reminds me of, I remember back in the day, there was someone who was talking about intelligent people will use these words because...
I simply disagree. Doggone it. I'm an English teacher, and I figure there's so many words in the English language, and use some other languages if you choose.
Yeah.
There's too many other languages, too many words in any vocabulary, in any country, nationality, that you can't... I mean, to me, that's not a sign of intelligence. That's a sign of ignorance to me. With all of those words that you got to use, you use a stupid one or two words, F or F-U. Hello. And you keep saying it, F, F-U. I can't take you seriously when you're talking that. Yeah. And then when I see this young pipsqueak yelling like that to Dr. Fauci, who is a senior, respected man, who has accomplished things that this dude will never accomplish. Yeah. First of all, because you follow him behind somebody else who has never accomplished anything, but bankrupted and lied and defrauded everybody. So what? I don't see that as being what do you call it? As being authentic. Right. Heck no. Your authenticity is then fake.
Yes.
My opinion.
I notice. Always remember, Trumpster Fire said, I love the poorly educated is what Trumpster Fire said. And that does speak volumes because since he has been in office, Yes, I will admit, politicians, reporters, everyone.
Everybody is now doing the potty mouth. Yeah. As if no one else is watching, as if there is no adult in the room, any place. And I just keep saying, what are you teaching your children? When your kids come up and say the same thing, when they're struggling at school, I mean, so you're just going to throw money at the problem? You know, every time the school calls and say they were doing this or that, you're just going to pay them money, not to punish them. But then, you know, perhaps they're doing the same thing at school. But see, if you're doing it at school, then you lose your job.
Yeah.
But everybody else is saying and doing, and it's fine, and they're getting paid to say it.
I do find that interesting.
So something is so wrong, such a contradiction, such hypocrisy. But then that's America today, isn't it?
You punish those that are doing the best for you.
Yeah.
You reward those.
Yeah, you reward those who are taking from you and belittling, demeaning, and causing you to be of less significance.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It just truly harken back to the word of, you know, nice guys finish last. And I like I said, and a lot of you know, yes, I have used my language. I try not to use it all the time. I use it very sparingly.
Not around his mother.
Yes, I
absolutely.
I try my best not to do that. I know sometimes I could be frustrated and do that, but as a politician, I find, it is very unsettling. And I also find that there's really
public figures altogether. We're paying you to be supposedly the representative cream of the crop. And that cream is absolutely putrid.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
But then look at who voted for who.
I understand. It is
it makes sense.
The uneducated and so on. So you're going to dumb yourself down to the end. But, you know, I believe that there's going to be a change. And so what are you going to do when the change comes?
Yeah.
When, you know, another sheriff comes to town, and I'm not just talking about president.
Yeah.
When one day the people rise up and say, you know, I'm sick of this ignorance.
Yeah.
We have been as low as we need to go. We've gone past every possible red line, every ditch.
Yeah.
You know, and dug ourselves so deep in.
Yeah.
Until I'm praying. That's one of my prayers. I'm absolutely praying all the time, you know, that you're doing this. You say you're authentic. You think it's going to get you some polls. You're going to, you know, it's going to give you some likes, some subscriptions, some whatever that. Who cares? You know, of course, then there's another scripture that says, so what does it profit to the world? Profit a man to gain the whole world and then lose his soul. Because we're passing through here just for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
I believe there is an eternity. And in that eternity, you're going to go somewhere based on what you have done and how you have lived and how you have treated people.
Yeah.
And what has come out of your mouth. You're talking about, oh, they made me whatever. No. No, they did not. It's only what's on the inside of you that comes out of you. I can't affect you in that way. It's in you.
That reminds me of Dante's Inferno and the 7 different levels of hell. There was a specific level where people like that would be placed. And the punishments for it, I can't exactly remember at the moment, but I mean, the punishments, of course, always contradict how that person was. And it's terrifying for them. And it is a literal punishment. I do see, like, okay, I'm a very big fan, of course, everybody, of the Democratic Socialists. And I know that they are looking to seek better for us. And I also find that some of them are kind of falling into that trap where, well, let's go ahead. Let's say this.
Ask you if they say it as much as others.
Absolutely.
So I didn't think, you know, and but listen, Democrats never used to say it.
Yeah.
And Republicans never used to say it because they're supposed to be, you know, the party of the family and the faith and all of that kind of bull jive. That's what bull jive. Because now it's like, do you have a family? You must not. I'm just saying, you got a 2 or 3 year old. I mean, Karen Levitt lying for a living. You know, come on. What are her kids going to know?
Yeah.
One day they will accidentally, if not on purpose, I hope it's on purpose, but if not, accidentally run into somebody who remembers who they were, what they did for a living, and will cringe and say, really, you?
Yeah.
It's just like somebody discovering that, you know, you were a porn star or something way back when, and now you want to be a priest.
Yeah.
Right, but you didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And then one day we discover, and then,
Yeah.
come on.
I mean,
no
no
offense
shade.
to...
No shade to the, no shade to
no.
the senator that did win who was a stripper. No shade to you. Hey,
Or
more power to you.
Or the first lady,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they always talk about Joe and the
piece of
hoe.
trash.
I'm like, okay, no, they left the hoe at the place, right?
Yeah.
Still
I
there.
mean, you literally, all right, so Pretty Woman in real life, but instead of going to be with a rich guy, you became the first lady. So you literally have a prostitute in the Oval Office.
And then how you bring class to that, put lipstick on a pig, oh well, I'm sorry. But anywho, as I said, we're talking about the profanity thing that people think that means that you're being, you're being down to earth, you're relating to them.
Right.
Then that tells me there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
If you receive that as a way to relate to you, you're demeaning your own self and perhaps don't even realize it.
Yeah.
That's bad when you put your own self down.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what they're doing right there. And then to get attention. I know people, I'm just like, seriously? Because this is, I'm like I said, I'm watching movies or something or listen to people talk. Blah 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 blah. What are you trying to say? Write it down, doggone it.
Yeah.
Don't just write it down and let me read it. I can't handle listening to you trying to tell me, because that drives me past a wall. Yes, I'm batty, but you drive me past a wall when that's the case. And then you're looking for some polls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
As I said, yeah. And they said it generates whatever it is, all of y'all clicks and something with your algorithm. That's crazy too.
Yeah.
All of it. I disagree with all of it. It says cuts through the noise, and I'm saying if cursing cuts through the noise, what is it taking you to now?
Yeah.
After the noise.
What was the noise in the first place?
Yeah. And who was making the noise?
Exactly. Yeah.
You must be part of it. You have to, because you become associated with those that you hang around with. You know, association gives assimilation.
Right.
You fall into that.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
I know. Which. That brings me to one of my topics, which is Todd Blanche and the company that you hold in place. And so, for those of you who don't know, Todd Blanche, he got the confirmation and whatnot. I just earlier made a post about Senator Murkowski used him to get money for her state, millions of dollars for her state.
Money.
And
that's all they care about.
What was so funny?
Money.
She didn't even vote for him. She didn't even vote to elect him, but she used him to get that. But when we're talking about, the company that you keep, I don't know about, as the president, what his things and this and that, and if he wants to hire me or not. And even if I don't, I still love you, Mr. Trump.
What?
And that just shows a lot.
I say mental illness is forever rampant, right? Yeah. So we're being led, supposedly represented. We're not led. Yeah. Being represented by a bunch of people who ought to be locked up at a funny farm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
That's why right now they are doing everything they can to undermine the rule of law, because they know when the midterms come, there's that big blue tsunami, and we can't even speculate. It is there. It's happening.
The party of law and order.
Exactly.
Actually, the party of lawlessness.
Yes.
And orderlessness.
Yeah.
No order. I mean, everything they say is a total contradiction.
Absolutely.
I'm saying up, but I really mean down.
Yeah.
I'm saying left, but you really mean right.
We obliterated their stockpiles, but they're 2 weeks away.
But we keep, going back to make a deal with them for them to stop, fighting.
Yeah.
Stop sending missiles and so on that were obliterated before you ever went in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wonder about people.
This is crazy.
About America. What in the world?
Because what we're seeing now is that there is a depletion in our stockpiles.
Yeah.
But they are now trying to go and punish anyone who has been talking about that. Because they're saying, oh, no, our weapons are...
But they're supposed to be the most transparent administration.
Yeah.
Most transparent.
Exactly.
Most transparent liars, I guess you say.
Of the Epstein files.
Right. The most transparent liars and lawless people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they are. Fakes and frauds and whatever. Did you hear Caroline Levitt, they say now, is saying that Epstein is still, it's a fake, is a mirage, is you all, I guess her child is too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She didn't really have one.
So now, if that is true, why don't you give us the records so we can know?
Let us look through it and decipher if it's real or not.
Exactly. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
It's a democratic. First off, going back to talking about a language and whatnot, it's a Democrat hoax. Do you not know what democratic? It's not. It's a Democrat hoax. It would be a democratic. Hoax. You can't even say your words right, but then that just speaks to who you were talking to and what you represent.
Right.
Because if you can't even bother to pronounce things, affordability is a word that you just came up with. Affordability is not something that just came around. It's been in the English language.
No, we're talking about it more now because it's harder. Affordability is harder to do.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why you're hearing it now, because you just came out of your bubble for a half a second, poked your head out from under the sand.
It's trying to obfuscate.
Now you hear it.
That's really what it's doing. It's trying to obfuscate. It's trying to push away, and it's trying to say, "Oh, it's affordability." No, basically, what it is doing is making his followers, or as I call swallowers, it makes them. Well, no, actually, you know who you are. I got the shirt for you too. But it is basically making them question themselves.
And they should.
Their own point. They
should.
Affordability is
right.
And
don't believe your lying eyes.
That part. Yeah. That part is what I just can't tolerate. I can't stand it. And then, you know what?
Crying with this being stabbed and still is like, hurt me some more, please. I still love you. Just keep stabbing me.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I really haven't. All right. For those of you, you know me. I am always trying, I do my independent news because I think that's more important than corporate news. But lately, I do a lot of corporate news watching. I haven't really been seeing Caroline Levitt as much as, she was out almost 3 to 4 times a day. Everywhere. Talking here, talking there, lying. And I've noticed that there has been a decline in her being out.
Trying to work her way back into the scheme of things. It's like you almost got replaced while you were out there, I guess.
Yeah.
Having my baby. Okay.
Yeah. Speaking about the baby,
right. Yeah.
Wait a second. So you had all this time off. You went out and did everything that you could. Your baby's taken care of. And then you go lie to these people to take that away, to take what you are getting away from.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Because they're getting everything. And that's why they don't care that you have nothing.
Yeah.
And lie to you and tell you that what you don't have is not a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, and you really, it's not as bad as you say it is.
Yeah.
When they don't have a clue of how bad it is.
Absolutely.
Seriously, let's just switch walk in my shoes for a day or two. No, give me a week. I want you to really kind of get a clue.
Yeah, well, all right.
Give me a week. Give them a week or so to walk in the shoes of some people.
I think 2 things on that. Number one, I find it interesting because Trump decided that he was going to cut off getting any kind of actual talks and just give me video clips. Which is why he doesn't believe, I believe in his mind, he really thinks that there is no depletion of our weapons.
Because I'm not going to believe anything you say because I could do whatever I want. So first president out of all, we've had, 45 presidents?
Yeah.
Or 46?
46.
And he's the first one who's able to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
I was just reading an article about him going into various buildings or whatever, and he sees paintings and art and all this other stuff that he likes. Oh, I like it. I'm taking that. I could do anything because...
Yeah.
What? You have what is it? Nymphomaniac? Not nympho, but what is that? Kleptomaniac? And liar and all the other kind of stuff. Yeah. And they just let you have it. So I don't understand it.
Now I'm under the impression that all of these people are feeling as though somehow, because you got to remember the kind of nation we live in now, where anything we reward stupidity.
And evil.
Yeah.
Stupidity, evil, violence, and all of that other kind of whatever.
I think that when he goes and he takes them and these people are letting him do it, I think that in their mind, they're thinking this is a way for us to get money out of it. This is a way for us to get some sort of 15 minutes of fame and to keep going. So yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah, we love you. We love you, because think about it like this. We live in a nation where you can sit here just like us, and as long as you kiss his butt, you can possibly end up in the White House working for the president. Yeah. So I think that we can see who these people
worse and the coarser you are, the most idiot, the most ungodless.
Yeah.
I mean, no ethics, no morals, no nothing. The lowest of the low. If you're the swampiest, you probably have a good chance.
And see, that goes also back to
getting all the way language. Up to the top. What a shame.
Yeah, that goes back to what we were talking about with the language.
Dregs
they're trying to make sure that they can appeal to him, because that is who he is and what he likes.
Right.
And he is all about, what can you do for me now?
Yeah.
And what can you do for me tomorrow? I don't care what you did back in the past.
And loyalty is only a one-way street.
Yeah, and it's only paper thin. Yeah. It's as long as you can give him something, as long as you can benefit him. Period. Him
in whatever mood he's in, because when the mood changes, you may not benefit him anymore.
He was pro-choice, and then he was pro-life, and then he's pro-choice, but then when he got in office, now he's pro-life.
And now he's a Christian, and, now he's not, but I wonder if I can go to heaven and whatever, but give me some money so that I can, go fund me to get me there. Oh, I'm telling you what, that's going to take a whole heap a lot of money. As a matter of fact, the Bible said money answers all things, but it won't answer that one. It will not get him in if he doesn't repent for all of the evil that he's done. I mean, I don't apologize, because I just try to get but everything he does is perfect.
He said in so many meetings that for him, he knows he's about to die, and he said,
he better know.
I don't think I'm going to. We was at a prayer breakfast.
Man, said, born of a woman.
I don't think I'm going to get into heaven.
Right. Well,
and then he turns around and says, "I'm trying to do what I can."
Wonder who told him.
Yeah.
Wonder what made him think that.
I mean, hopefully these burgers and chicken sandwich and burgers and the fish sandwiches catch up. But
dare he eat any lettuce, so he probably don't like those. So okay.
Oh, but I'm pretty
he missed the lettuce and the fruit. I didn't hear about that, so he might make it.
The only way he gets lettuce is on his break.
Stay away from Flint, Michigan, and all of the other places with the water issues. So
absolutely.
Well, he probably don't drink water anyways.
No.
Coke,
Diet
Coke.
Diet Coke. We got the button.
We got a few extras. We need to send up there.
There's a ton of them.
To
all right. Let me not say that, because I got some ideas. We do have Cokes. Anyways, moving along. Yes, we have Diet Cokes. But anyways, moving along. I know you had some other things that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Well,
go ahead, lay it on me.
I know I'm not going to spend all that time tonight, but I'm just really, really concerned about the voting thing. Why are we here? Why is it supposed to be a democracy?
Right.
Why is it supposed to be a government of the people?
Yeah.
By the people. That means all the people.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people.
Right.
All the people.
Right.
Why is that? But you're doing everything within your power. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have just never seen. Seriously, this is a whole new breed of Republicans.
Yeah.
And then Americans. A whole new breed. Because I could almost deal with some of them before. Almost.
Yeah.
Because, they almost stood for something worthwhile. But now, this crew that we got now, I mean, they came from the land beyond.
Yeah.
Some place, I don't know, outer limits.
At this point, even Reagan is better. And that's saying a lot. Reagan screwed up America first.
Right.
But that is saying a lot. That Reagan was better than Trump.
So
to me, now I will tell you this, because they have been the Supreme Court and between the Supreme Court and his executive orders, they have got his versions of the Save Act. But the biggest thing that I was so like it blew my mind was, why are you lying about what it is? But then I understand. if you know,
why you gotta lie about everything?
exactly, like if you know that
Everything.
you are going down in the long run, you are going to try and do as much political magic and gymnastics as you can to make sure, because I mean, no other president in history has ever had an issue or said any race that we have had, period, has never had all of these issues or said that there's these issues about voting.
Right.
It's always been, hey, we do it.
The minute you lose, oh God.
Yeah.
But no, even before you lose, even before the election, you already say, if I don't win, it's rigged.
Yes, but if I win,
something about that
now see,
tells you is that you got a mental issue.
I find it interesting too, because I don't even think people are really paying attention that you're saying that things are rigged if you don't win, but even when you do win, you still complain that it was still somewhat rigged, because you think that it's supposed to be a landslide.
Right.
So if it's not a landslide, it's still rigged.
You keep lying that it's a landslide anyways. Like, the people love me. They say I'm the best president. Who are the people?
Exactly.
I'm waiting for some validation for something that will certify what the heck it is you're talking about.
I think one of the things too that for you, MAGA, because hey, apparently my trolls are back. Hi guys, thank you. It's so interesting that he will say that, you know, things are rigged, this, that, and the other. Half of the country voted for me. No. Half of the country didn't even vote. And of that half that did vote, you got a little half of that half. So that's not 75 million people. It's not 347 million people.
Must not know your math.
Exactly. And so for like, this is to you trolls. Like, I hope that you guys are thinking about this, because you're saying that 75 million is half of the country. Seriously? Do you not know how many people live in this country?
So you're saying it's only 150 million.
Exactly.
In the country. Gee whiz.
And so half of those people are apparently crazy because they didn't vote for Trump, and that was just a land. Oh, I don't understand it. But then also, you guys forgot.
No one questions this. Like, why do you say? Because if you start to question, then immediately, who do you work for? And I'm gonna, delete you or whatever.
You don't talk anymore. Yeah.
So he's just like, it's just like a little kid.
Yeah.
You put a bull in the china shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you got a bully on the playground.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's trying to take
throw
the
the tantrum.
It's not even his ball. He's trying to take it.
You can't have the toys, everybody's toys.
Yeah.
Taking everybody's and breaking them up, mind you, breaking them up.
I've got something else that I think might be a little bit of a brain crusher for you MAGA followers. There's something that you should realize is that if you really want to take it and break it down, he still wouldn't have won, because he also did he rigged the courts. Hello. He also rigged the votes and all that kind of stuff. He had made sure that votes were taken out. One lady was able to challenge 40,000 people, and they let it ride. So that's 40,000 votes taken out.
That in North Carolina too.
Yes.
Trying to do the same thing.
So we're here in North Carolina, and here in North Carolina, we actually had an issue where there was someone that ran for office, a female that ran for office. I forgot what her name is. But when she ran, the person that she ran against and won against decided that, hey, no, I'm going to challenge all of that. Nope, it was rigged. Nope. And they actually tried to give it to her. Give it to him.
You should have a legitimate reason for challenging people, because I used to work with the elections council during the voting and whatever, and I stopped when all of the nonsense. When that guy came in, 45, and people were acting majorly stupid, I even caught one and wrote him up for voting twice. But, I'm sure he was able to get away because he did whatever. Not like the poor woman in Texas who voted by accident, didn't know that she wasn't supposed to, by accident. And the other people definitely voted twice, and they knew it on purpose. She went to prison and they got free. So, that's the kind of justice we have in America.
And if you do, if you go through and you check the records, which they did, overall, and since we have had elections, overall, the whole time, I think there was like 60,000 false votes, but they were majority Republican.
Yeah.
That was back when they were Republican.
Means necessary to cheat.
But it's not even enough.
Yeah.
It's not even enough to say, oh, it's rampant cheating and all this. I mean, to say that immigrants are this and that. They're
liar.
Yeah, exactly.
Liar.
Wait a second. They're not. Wait. First off, they wouldn't be ready. Okay, so I know that they are taking this thing where they were looking at driver's license. There was it's in Michigan, of all places, where people were being put on, given the right to vote, but they didn't even vote. These were immigrants that were given driver's licenses because the DMV registered them to vote. That was the DMV, not them. And of all of those people, there was, I think it was like 5 or 6 people that voted because they didn't know.
Right. But the deal is, I mean, most of them don't even vote anyway. Yeah. Just like you got so many Americans who can vote
and don't.
And then what in the heck is wrong with that?
Yeah.
You crazy as a loon, so then you cannot complain when you get a Looney Tunes in the office.
Yeah.
And you get what you have earned, what you voted for. And then don't tell me you got buyer's remorse later on. We don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Don't save your tears for something that really matters.
Yeah, because now
it's just...
That's something that I was talking about, and I want to talk about for a little bit now, because we are starting to see a very large, like this big group of MAGA that are trying to ask for forgiveness for the votes that they did.
Who are they asking?
Exactly. You ain't talking to us. We don't care.
Who are you asking to forgive you? I mean, did we try to tell you in every way, in how many different languages, and every day?
Yeah.
How long?
As Kyle
and you didn't believe it?
Oh my days. In our what is this? In the year of our Lord 2026. You guys voted for him thrice.
Yes.
And now you're saying you regret it? As if those times before, like as if his first regime attempt was not good enough to let you know that that's who he was. This is what he was doing. He told you. Like, I find it interesting that he is one person that tells the truth in a lie.
Yes.
But lies to tell the truth. It's so weird how that works. But he told you exactly what he was going to do. And for you to sit there and say, well, I didn't
believe him. I didn't think he was what?
He told you.
He was joking. What do you mean he's joking?
In the grass. He told you that. He said it. And then he also told you, I love the poorly educated. Shameless plug, everybody. By the way, if you go up into the bio and whatnot, hit that stuff right there. You know, to do all the shirts and stuff. I have that. I love the poorly educated shirt. I have that for you because I want you all to know, because as it stands right now, there is a documented record, and we can go and we can harken this back to the Nazis wearing their bands, so we knew who the Nazi soldiers were. Your Nazi soldiers now wear red hats. And now you cannot get away from that. You will not be able to leave. You are going to have to do like them and move to South America. But South America ain't going to take you now.
They don't want you.
They screwed that up. Because at least Hitler didn't mess with us over here and all this other that. No, you guys screwed up Canada and South America. So where are you going to run? You can't go anywhere else, because even if you go to, what was that? You went to Russia? How many families went to Russia? And now, like, there's a family where they don't know where the father is anymore. And they lied to the father and said that, we're going to take care of you if you fight for us in the war with Ukraine. And the father's never seen again. And they just completely cut the family off. There are several instances of families moving to these other countries because they thought, oh man, Putin, these guys, since Trump likes them, that's where we want to go, because they're like Trump, and we don't want to be in America anymore. Well, wait a second. Why would you not want to be in America if Trump is your president and that's who you voted for?
Right.
So you're sitting around here telling everybody else they should leave, but yet you leave to try and go for someone that he likes. Why would you go and leave, and that's your president that you voted for? Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But at the end of the day, good for you. I know it's a bad thing to say. I know it's bad to say, but I have no sympathy for any of them.
When or how will you ever learn? Is all I'm saying. When or how? Well, I just can't vote for a Democrat.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you don't have to.
I'm politically homeless.
You don't have to vote for a Democrat.
You haven't learned your lesson.
That's why you're where you are.
You haven't learned your lesson, and what you're trying to do is garner support, and you're hoping that people will forgive you.
Yeah.
But for you to say that you're politically homeless, so voting for what you knew was going to destroy you, or voting for who you knew was trying to help you, that leaves you politically homeless?
That's That's politically mindless. That's what it
Yes.
is. That just take out the politically, just mindless.
Yes.
Period.
Absolutely. So for those of you that have been watching, you know that I promote Lucas Bean on YouTube, and he's that guy that says there's a psychological reason for that. Recently he replied to one of my things. Yay! Thank you. Anyways,
did he?
yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, to say that there's a collective narcissism is. I mean, that's a very that's an understatement. But I mean, there have been several instances all throughout history where there have been large groups of people that have suffered a psychosis at the same time. So what we are looking at right now is he gave us kind of like an open book so that, or a ledger, so that we can see who's a narcissist, who's racist, who's homophobic, xenophobic, bigot, all these guys. He has laid it all out there for us to be able to see who these people are. And my thing is how are you going to insert yourself back into society when he's gone?
Wow.
I don't think there's any way you can.
Because he's going to be gone at some point or the other. You know, hey, a man that is born of a woman, and I think he was born of a woman. I could be sure.
I don't know. Did you see his mom?
Sure.
Did you see his
That's
mom?
all right. That's all right. A man that is born of a woman is of a few days. Now, he's already had 80.
Yeah.
The Bible says it give you 70 and maybe 80. And I don't know why he's been so good to him.
Yeah.
To give him all of these years. But the deal is, it's going to end one of these days. I mean, for all of us.
It has to.
I'm not saying, I'm wishing anything. I'm saying it is going to end, and he can be in his bunker, in his ballroom. He can be wherever the heck he wants to be.
Totally.
But he's going to be out of here. Okay? And then what are you going to be then? That's all I'm saying. What are you going to be then? Because, the Bible says, look, you set a trap for somebody, you're going to fall in it. But you reap what you sow. So just keep right on sowing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You will reap. It's gonna come back to you. I mean, your kids might be the ones. We so much now with families killing each other. Oh my gosh, it is just the most god awful thing. Father killing the mother killing the father, and they all killing the kids. Hello, and then the kids are killing the parents. So look.
Yeah.
Wow, you don't know what in the world y'all gonna do. Stephen Miller over there, the way you and your wife, the way you treated all of those babies.
Yeah.
Family separated them from the first administration.
And
then you keep having babies. No, it's going to be a reaping season after a while. It's going to be a reaping season. And where you going to go? Exactly. Who you going to call? Ghostbusters, they don't make any more movies. I don't think. Okay. But hell awaits. And the Bible says it even enlarges itself because there's so many people who are dying to get there, acting like a fool to get to hell. And so they're gonna welcome you. Come on in. Don't sit down because the fire starts, baby. It starts right now.
Yeah.
Torture.
I don't know.
Hate it for you.
Yeah, because just recently I was with a friend of mine. We were at her aunt's house, and I was watching the news, which is on, and it said that there was an entire family household murdered in the house, and they're not sure if it was a murder-suicide or whatnot, but I mean, yeah. But
that's the thing now, murder-suicide. What cowards.
Yeah.
You can't even give people a choice. Yeah. I mean, God gives us a choice. That's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. Choose. So when the Republicans and others, whoever you are, but most of the Republicans, when you want to take the power of choice from people, who the heck are you? God, who's supposed to be the creator of all, gave us choice.
Right. And
you gonna take it? Sounds to me like you got a real Godhead kind of fantasy, whatever that's going on. You're not it.
I believe they call that apoptosis, which is the concept of man believing he was God, which surprisingly, coincidentally, was first brought on by one of our first presidents, George Washington, which if you go to the Rotunda Hall in D.C., you'll look up in the top, and as soon as you get into the Rotunda Hall, you look up to the top, you'll see him, floating in the clouds with his 7 virgins. But he believed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he believed in it.
Wait. How is he gonna get the 7 virgins? I thought you had to be a Muslim or something to do that. So is he Muslim? Yes. I mean, what? They can grab it for any and everything.
That is so great because So that was one of the last things I had to talk about was the idea that you have Christian like Christian extremism. Christian Islamism is what I would like to call it. So you're
Sharia law and Christianity.
yeah, you are
Christian
MAGA
Sharia law.
ISIS. You're MAGA ISIS because if you think about it, the persecution of women, you have, like I said, with apoptosis, George Washington wanting to be with his 7 virgins and whatnot. But if you look at how Republicans are using Christianity as a weapon, as a tool, and then yet you have the nerve, the gall, the audacity to talk about Sharia law and these things. It is the exact
So you didn't
same.
want Sharia law to be implemented in America by the people who do Sharia law. That's their culture. No, you want it for you. As long as you do it, it's cool.
Yeah.
Right? Caucasianary males.
Yeah. Or
right?
y'all know me.
Not
napkins.
Yeah. not other people. Everything for you and nothing for everybody else.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean,
what
we are living out the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what blows my mind is how you can have MAGA women that are out here in the face of people telling women not to do this, not to have that, give up everything to your husband, but yet what
don't vote. Let your husband vote for the household. Whatever
what
he thinks.
You're doing exactly what you're telling them not to do. So how can you expect them to do what you're asking them or what you're what you're forcing them to do? Yeah. But surprisingly enough, the whole trad wife thing. But then wait a second, you're gonna make him a trad wife, but not give them the means in order to be a trad wife. You're not gonna give them leave. You're not gonna give them health care. You're not gonna give them child care. You're not gonna give them the means in order to be able to fund staying at home. So their husbands got to work 2 and 3 jobs. The whole reason why we have we went through the women's suffrage and all of these things. Remember now, back in the day, you guys burned bras because you wanted to be heard and you wanted to have a voice. And now what you're saying is screw my ancestors. Forget all of that.
I don't want a voice.
Yeah.
Remember I said you got that tongue, but then you decide now. It says that tongue should not be used for blessing and cursing, the same tongue. So you need to make your mind up and not be bipolar.
Yeah.
In the tongue. Hello? 1 minute you're yes, and the next minute you're no.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to vote, and then you stay home, they want you barefoot and pregnant and jobless. So no identity except through him, and then he's out getting it with everybody else.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And leave you with a belly full of babies, and then may or may not bring home the money to take care of it. Just may or may not. And when the money runs short, then I come home, act like I love you, and then I put a bullet in all of y'all's head.
Yeah.
And then I put one in my own so that I don't pay the price. But what a price you're going to pay.
Yeah.
You think just because you don't get to stand before the judge down here, which might let you go, you pay him right. But honey, you going before a just judge.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And he's going to take good care of you from my understanding. All right?
Yeah.
Good care of you. Will remember all that you did that you thought nobody saw because you were, behind the door in motel, wherever, somewhere over there or out in the desert even. Up on the mountaintop, going around the ridge and planning to drop you over the ridge and say, ooh, you slipped.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of the famous ways that you're killing each other these days. What a shame in America. What a shame.
Yeah. And then you're too busy trying to blame black people and say there's no fathers in the house and all. Yeah, your father.
And you taking the father
you ain't doing
and the father right. Killing all of y'all because he don't want to take care of you. Killing you because he said, "Oh, I want custody, but you don't want to give me custody, so I kill all of y'all." Oh, did you really want custody? Heck no.
Just wanted the money from it.
Oh.
I mean, considering now that you can grape a woman. And if she gets pregnant and then decides to get an abortion, you as that rapist can charge her with murder. And now it's getting to the point where, all right,
don't let me get out, baby. Don't let me get out.
You're putting down the age of consent, dropping that down.
Still, we can have child marriage.
Yeah, I mean, now remember,
what a shame.
But you know what? Then again, it makes sense because look at who your leaders are. And first off, let me also say
You
this
got
too.
all of those rapists and sexual offenders, and
Yeah.
so on. People grabbing people by the
Vaginas and all that
elbows
because
and all
because
that kind of
they're
stuff.
just rich or when you're famous they let you do
Yeah,
it. But you know what? Something
right.
interesting too,
Break those
and
fingers.
just a small break from what we're saying.
Where is
This
Lorena
is
Bobbitt anyway?
that is a good question. I don't know. This
I
is
heard about her.
this is the
Where she is
gayest
now.
administration ever.
I mean, could
And
you
it's
talk about anybody? You talk about Besson. What is he doing in there?
exactly. I mean,
We got some others too. Well, Lindsay,
wait,
he
no,
knew.
there's
But Besson,
what I mean, there are like a lot of the administration is gay, and then a lot of the Republican or MAGA senators and congressmen
Preverts.
they're exactly, but yet they're making laws to hurt their very own kind,
Yeah.
but then going out in public or what they think is behind closed doors and trying to get exactly or do exactly what they're trying to stop people from
the
doing.
laws, you say.
I just-
Can't have an abortion, but I pay for my girl to have one because I can't have that baby. Hello. So good for me, but not for thee.
Yes.
There
Yep.
we go.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, now, did you have anything
Anything-
else that you wanted to talk about?
Well, we could always talk, but I think I'm going to let this end right here.
Okay.
We won't tell them everything the first time.
All right. Well, thanks, Dr. B, for coming on. Once again, let them know where they can find you and
Yes.
what you've got going on.
You can always find me at Vaughn P. That is V as in victory, ONN. Letter P like Paul. So Vaughn P. Facebook page for Candid Conversations. That's what I believe. Candid Conversations, where we always give you news you can use. And that's every Thursday at 11, WARR or on Vaughn P. Facebook page. But if you're still using radio, and I'm not mad, 1520 AM or 103.5 FM. That's where the community comes together, and we try to make justice happen there. That's what we do. So follow me. But then again, hey, you might want to check me out at my church. I do that too. That's Blessed Assurance, and you can find me at the Hazel Blunt page or the Blessed Assurance page. We're beefing it up right there. But listen, we're hanging around, and we're looking for some people like you if you want to be real, because I'm only interested in real people. You may not be real now, but you want to be. Then I'm looking for you, because he is looking for you, and I'm representing him. And he doesn't have potty mouth.
All right. So for those of you, I will have those links. If you're watching this, the full episode, there's those little things right here. Otherwise, if you are seeing this as a short, this part right here. And then, go to that bio, get one of these things out now. I've got a few other shirts. My most popular one with the evil with the Trump inside. It's always popular. So
You must learn that from him, right? He loves to make those nuances. Well, onomatopoeia there. Hello, onomatopoeia.
that is my thing, but I always want you to go and type it all in, hit
Yeah.
those links in the bio, check out everything. And once again, we'd like to say thanks to Dr. B to being on. This will not be the last time. I hope that there will be plenty more, and I do
You're
apologize.
going to pay me more for the next session, right?
Yeah.
That's what
It's
they're
in the
doing.
budget somewhere, coming, maybe. But that's where you come in by making sure that you like, subscribe, and share. That really helps. It's free for you guys, but it helps us out, and that will help me get her paid. So, with that being said,
Hey, and I
this is
won't be
Emmett.
mad.
This is Emmett signing off for Dr. The Logic, and I'll talk to you later.
Peace.
All right.